Evening race fans, we're here for Core GT Season 13, Round 7, um, racing at Daytona International Speedway. I am Jack Peterson, joined tonight with another new broadcaster, just dipping his feet into it, Braden Carlson. So Brady, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's going to be a fun and I guess a wet one here tonight as we see some rain coming down already.
Yep. I know. I was kind of surprised. We were before the stream started. We were looking at the radar, saw a big storm coming in, but according to the radar, it's not hit the track yet. But obviously, you can see the raindrops coming down early, so it'll be an interesting one for sure, especially with quality to go still.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Daytona's already kind of a tricky track with the Daytona fix setup. These cars get a little bit loose, so adding some rain into that is just going to add to the carnage. I'm expecting to see a lot of shenanigans, maybe into turn one from the start of the race, and then like getting onto the banking. We already know that corner getting out of the infield is notorious for some oversteer moments.
That and the exit of this new Le Mans chicane recently, or not recently, I guess, but the most recent addition to this Daytona layout. Uh, Drivers getting a good exit off of that with the rain will be a bit tricky for them, so we'll see how they manage.
Yep, absolutely. Um, it's gonna be, a fun one to watch. So far, these drivers look like they're not too scared of the raindrops just yet. I think we're just kind of getting the a small little drop, but looking at the radar, there's supposed to be some more showers a little bit later on. Um, but in the meantime, before we get too far into qualifying, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, Brady, and what you do?
Oh, sure. I've been racing core for some time now, since season 8, I believe. So it's been a bit. Got to know these guys really well. These core drivers are really great to race with. They a lot of good clean racing between them. So happy to be a part of it. And now in the booth. Um, so yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of experience with these guys. So.
Yeah, absolutely. This guy's a lot of fun to race with. Yeah, we started off racing Core GT together. We found this
Yep.
league and yeah, been here ever since. Loved it. It's a fantastic place to be. A lot of great people. Um,
hmm
of course, drama, but that's everywhere. And what's a little bit of drama? That's what makes it fun, right?
Oh yeah, gotta spice it up.
Absolutely.
So I'm kind of looking around at the car selection. Seems Porsche seems to be a pretty popular choice here, which luckily Porsche seems to be good in the rain. So a lot of a lot of I don't know. I guess I lost train of thought. A lot of good choices, but McLarens I'm seeing, Mercedes, Lamborghini from Dustin. It's a bold choice.
Absolutely.
What else we got here? Some Astons. Mason rocking the classic Heart of Racing Astin.
Yep.
Love to see it. Josh in the Corvette. Some
Coming out of the pits
BMWs
just
there,
now.
more Mercedes. So a good spread, but very definitely a very select group of cars out here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have every class out here besides the Audi, if I'm not mistaken. So a nice spread of field. It's nice that we're not going to see a Porsche Cup race tonight.
Yep.
I don't know how many drivers were expecting the rain to be here. I don't remember it seeing on any radar, but maybe I missed it. Um, yeah, it should be a fun one as we kick off qualifying here tonight. The drivers are going to be doing some warm-up laps. Now, what do you think they're running tire-wise? The rain's starting to come down just a little bit, but are they gambling that they could stick it out on dries and be okay, or you think they're going to try wets?
That's what I'm trying to trying to think myself is it's that crossover period between going from the dries to the wets that you really have to nail in these cars, because if you go a bit too early, you run the risk of overheating your wet tires, and uh, you'll have a bit more wear on those tires and costing you grip later in the stint. Or you could try to push it and run your dry tires for longer, but then of course you run the risk of losing control and running slicks in the wet, which is very hard to manage. So
Yep.
it's a very fine line you gotta find in these cars. At least I found is just you really gotta nail that crossover period and get it right, because those who do, and if you get it right, like the the positions you can gain from that is massive.
Yep, absolutely. And I can tell you right now, looking on SDK, as we saw Mason Smith going very wide there, trying the esports line, he is amongst the handful of drivers that are on wets. So your championship leader
Interesting.
overall is on wet tires, but I would say a good 90% of the field, 85% of the field is on dry tires. So,
I would say, yeah, wet's probably a decent choice at this stage. Um, but another thing too is once this rain clears out, is there going to be a transition back to dries? That's always a question too, because this cell doesn't last forever. It looks like it's going to clear up in maybe the next, what does it say, hour or so, or maybe
okay.
less than that. So maybe towards the end of the race, you could see if it gets dry enough. Some drivers maybe going to dries if the track allows it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see what drivers start on. And it sounds like, especially from what you're saying, we're going to have the race finish on dry tires, but this is going to determine whether the wet tire is the tire to start on based off this qualifying stack.
What's interesting too, looking at some of these drivers going into turn one, is how they're taking their lines. Because another thing with rain is it makes those paint lines very slick. So if you're doing some heavy braking uh, on those paint lines, you're running the very good risk of spinning out. So it's either can you run it a bit wide and try to avoid that outside paint, or do you play it safe and cut back and
Yep,
stay within that white line? So you'll see who we're on
absolutely.
board with.
Now I have some very interesting information here for you. Mason Smith, your championship leader on wet tires, is running about 5 seconds off pace
Yeah,
compared to
where
the
is he
dry
on
tire
here?
runners. Mason Smith right now is
Wow.
17th, and all the wet
Ooh.
tire runners are all the way down there. So
Yeah,
I
so it's
believe
looking like
Mason.
wet tires is the way to go. Mason really trying to go with that gamble, but looks like in qualifying at least it's not paying off.
Yep, absolutely. So interesting strategy that we're seeing here tonight. Mason Smith switching to the dries now. Um,
Yep.
so definitely the track is still the
He's got
dry.
about 4.5 minutes to set a good lap. So I mean your top time, Ricky Renner at the 1:48.4, very solid time with Kelly about 4 tenths back with a 1:48.799.
Yep.
So got some room to make up for Mason if he wants to put this in the top five for qualifying.
Yeah, he's gonna have to really try hard because looking at these splits right now, I'm seeing a lot of yellows. Ricky Renner put in a full yellow lap. He was
Wow.
a good little bit slower right there. So I think the track is starting to kind of get in that transition period. So maybe Mason needed to wait a little bit more with that wet tire, and he would have had a shot. But I think that gamble
If
going on wets early was not really the move. He needed to get those tires warmed up faster for if he was
Yeah,
on
and looking
dries.
at the Platinum Division points, it's very close between Mason, Dustin, and Nick's even in there too. But at this rate, Dustin is looking to secure a second place on qualifying. It's going to help him a lot. It might even put him in the lead in the Platinum Division, which has been so dominated by Mason this whole season. So that'll be a big shakeup if things continue like this.
Yep, absolutely. As I'll pull up the points right here, just so we can get another look at them. So Mason Smith ahead of Dustin by 4 points. So if even if he's one position ahead, that he's going to take that lead of the points position battle. But Mason Smith qualifying all the way down in 19th now. He's going to have a
Wow.
lot of work to do in this race to catch back up. Your gold division is looking just as tight with the top three 7 points divided. Nathan Nickerson having the advantage right now. Looking at Herbert Pineda down in 18th. I think he was actually one of the wet tire runners. Let me
Interesting.
see. Yes, yeah, he's still on the wet tires. So I think dry tires was the move at the start, but now it's starting to slow
That's
down.
that gamble I was talking about. It's can you run like this slick a track and the dry tire and it looking like it is. So
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, this is shaping up to be a crazy race, and the race hasn't even started yet.
I know this the point shakeup the potential points shakeup I should say tonight is uh it's one to look out for because Nathan looking to extend his lead, him sitting in P4 currently in qualifying with Herbert a bit further down. Where is he sitting?
He's 18th
Yeah,
right now.
P18 right now in qualifying. So that'll help Nathan a lot in extending his gold division championship. Because Austin, it's only 7 points behind, is also down there with Herbert. So yeah, Nathan looking real nice up there. But yeah, I'm just shocked that Mason is so far down still. Like I never would have seen that coming
Yeah,
from Mason.
yeah, it's a really shocking sight to see. He's on dries now, and he is putting in green sector times, so he is going to jump up from 19th. But how far can he make it up with this rain coming down? It's going to cool the tires down, so he's not going to have a tire temperature advantage. And time isn't really on his side right now, as he has about a minute left, so might be able to
He
squeak
might
in
have
one
also
more
missed the
lap.
window too, because as rain comes down, it's gonna, the track's gonna have less and less grip. Even with those dry tires, you can only get so much out of them. So, since Ricky, Dustin, Kelly have all put in some pretty quick times right at the beginning of qualifying out, since they started on the dry tires, they've got that tire advantage right at the start. But if Mason's going on the dry tires a bit later, you might not have that grip that the top the top three had.
Yeah, exactly. Starting off on that dry tire definitely gave him an advantage. Mason Smith putting in his first dry tire stint only put him up one position. So we'll see if this last
Wow.
lap can provide a little bit more time with a warmer tire. But yeah, everyone else putting in yellow sectors. This track is getting slicker.
Yep. Looks like it's slowing down. I almost wonder if they want to. It's such a weird period because the track is like, it's not raining enough to where you want the wet tire, but it's also not dry enough to run the dry tire. Like you kind of got to pick and choose. But I mean, it's looking like the dry tire is the one to be on. But if this light rain continues, you never know. It could be going the wets, or do you try to stick it out on dries until this rain gets over with? So
Yeah, absolutely. We'll find out as we take a look at your standings for tonight. So Ricky Renner putting it on your pole position with Dustin Neerhoof 1/10 behind him, and Kelly Pointer rounding out your top three. Fourth place we have Nathan Nickerson. Fifth, Nick Terrell. Sixth place we have Nick Nickerson. Seventh, Michael Schwartz. Eighth, John Nobinger. Ninth, Javi Sierra, and 10th, Aaron Reed. In 11th, we got Josh Betts. 12th, Michael Picone. 13th, Dane Simpson. 14th, William Burrell. In 15th, we have Alex Jaspers. 16th, Josh Anderson. 17th, Tim Thompson. 18th, Mason Smith. 19th, Herbert Pineda. 20th, Austin Diltz. In 21st, we have Morgan Smith. 22nd, James Molyneux. 23rd, Joe Thomas. And 24th, Fozzie Fazillo. And 25th, we have Derek Brooker. So everyone putting in times, but we will see what these guys will want to do as far as tire choice. Looking like more wets than dries so far.
yep.
Only looks like Ricky Renner gambling on the dries, Dustin on the wets,
Is
and
he?
Kelly on the wets. Um,
Interesting, interesting.
so we will see how
Yeah,
that
this
looks.
race has turned into a huge tire gamble. That's really what's going to make or break your race is, what is the tire of choice? Like it's like I said before, it's such a weird period where it's not wet enough, but it's not dry enough. So you really got to pick what's most comfortable for you. Ricky looking like you saying he was on the dries, looking like seeing if he can stick it out for this little bit so he can make it to where once the cell gets by, he'll have those dry tires to help him.
Yep, absolutely. As we have all of our drivers lined up on the grid. and starting on the backstretch right before the bus stop here. The bus stop being revamped, so I think this is the first race that we're doing with this new bus stop chicane from before.
Yes, it has been dug out and renamed to the Le Mans chicane here at Daytona. So new challenge for these drivers, at least in core. So be interesting to see how they navigate it. It's been out for a bit, so they should have had some good practice with it, but we'll see how they make it through turn one.
Yep, absolutely. As adding in Joe Thomas, because I have not had him on my sheet before, so now he is in on that 24th position.
It's looking pretty slick out there, so hopefully they can survive turn one. The key is to avoid that paint, so hopefully these drivers can manage to survive.
Yep, absolutely. As we'll try our best to find any sort of incidents that most likely will happen, as half our drivers looking like they are on the dries. So Dustin actually changing to the dries right as the race started, and he's going to be taking her outside.
Green.
We'll see what Ricky Renner is going to do here.
Really got to
see
what line they take here.
Dustin's going to stay off that wet line on the outside. The paint's going to really slow drivers down.
Nathan getting dragged out a little bit. He kept it though.
A little bit lower right there.
Really struggling to find traction. Ricky's off. Ricky's off. He's had a spin.
He is in the infield, in the grass.
Oh, wow. No way.
Dustin Nearhoof.
That's that dry tire. Oh, my God.
Right there, too. Kelly Pointer taking your lead of the race right there.
Wow.
Yeah, Ricky having a big off. I think he was the only off that we've had.
Yeah, it looks like it. Kelly snatching that lead from Ricky's mistake. This shaking things up a ton, and we're not even past turn one, or lap one, I should say.
Yep. Lap one looking pretty crazy. As going through here, this is a corner that a lot of drivers like to overshoot, but I think everyone's making through it okay. Ricky Renner taking home that last place right now. Let's get a quick replay of what happened right there. If he just lost it himself, or if he had a little bit of help.
It's probably the cold tires, because just getting that speed. Yep, yeah, it's cold tires, and with those slicks, you know, in the rain, it's gonna be hard to find that grip right away. So. Wow, very unfortunate.
Yep. Crazy start, as it looks like Kelly Pointer having that clean getaway, putting a 1.3 second lead on Dustin.
A bit wide for the Lamborghini. Who's that up there? Dustin.
Yeah, Dustin.
Very scary for Dustin.
He's right there.
Compromises his run out of the chicane.
Nick Terrell is right there with Nick Nickerson pushing him right behind, getting the low line on the oval. So they're going to have a little bit better of a line going through there, and that's a double loss from Dustin Nearhoof.
Wow.
So tragic turn or lap one.
And look at the getaway from Kelly. Oh my word.
Kelly getting that massive jump right there, but we will watch this battle right here with Dustin Nearhoof falling right behind Nick Nickerson, seeing he's going to try a little bit on the outside, getting a little less traction right there. So we're just going to be looking at Nick Terrell and
really
Nick
scrapping it out already.
Nick Nickerson getting that position, but Dustin
Nathan
Nearhoof.
Dive.
Whoa! Dustin going around the outside, see if he can get something going here. Looking like that Merc is going to...
Is there anything?
And here's some more information. Kelly putting that 3-second lead. He's stuck with the wet tire.
Oh, Nathan let him out, though. Nathan let Dustin through.
Oh, they're both on the grass.
They're all wide.
They're all on the grass.
No one can find grip out here.
Crap. This is tantalizing.
This is
all these drivers are
right
on ice skates as they're trying to find grips.
Trying to find grip. Dustin seeing if he can take any advantage out of this. And here comes John into the game too.
Yep, John Nobinger, Nathan Nickerson, all these drivers right here, all on dry tires. John Nobinger actually on the wet, so he's going to try and get right by all these drivers. He's going to lose a little bit on the high speed right here because of that extra drag.
This is where you want to use that grip, because all these drivers are really got to wait for that dry tire to come in. John's going to have this advantage on the early stage of this tire life. So let's see if he can do anything with his tires here.
As we come into the bus stop, these drivers having to be extra cautious.
Oh, man.
See if John Nobinger is going to pick up any extra time.
Bit of a compromised exit from John there.
Just a little bit, as these drivers getting it figured out a little bit more, having that spacing, but still raining a little bit on that latter half of the track.
Nick Terrell looks like he's got a good run. See if he can make a move into turn 1. He's got an insane run. Oh my word. He's pushing him. Can he try to make it through turn 1? He's looking to the inside. Oh, get that thing slowed down.
Man. We're going to hop on the drone cam for these guys. Nick Nickerson getting the switch back on him. He's getting the inside, finding all the traction, and he's getting it through. He has got it worked. Let's see if Nick Terrell can get better on the brakes. Not quite, but that Porsche is going to have a better exit with that rear engine. This is where the Porsche shines.
Oh, Dustin a little loose on exit. That's not gonna help him at all through this run.
Not at all. Going through that fast left-hander.
Oh,
these drivers, they're not on the grass this time around.
That Lamborghini looks like a handful.
Yep. Oh, it looks like Nick is off. Nick is off the track. That's going to allow Nick Terrell to get right on through. Easy pass.
John will sneak by as well.
John Nobinger right there too. Oh, Dustin near hoof. He got a little bit. Whoa!
Keep her straight, buddy. Keep her straight.
John Nobinger looking for another.
Trying to put the power down.
Dustin not quite there yet. He is still finding traction. That's going to allow Nick to come on by.
Oh my word! Cannot put the power down in the Lamborghini. It's proven to be a little bit too much for Dustin, but he's still there. So, not a whole lot of time lost there. But
no, not really. But he has two Mercs right in front of him.
Ooh, looking
looking
for a move through the Le Mans chicane. Not gonna make it though.
Not quite.
Try to focus on your exit. Oh man, they're all so slow through here. Can any of them get a good run?
As we're trying to make our way through, looking like Nathan Nickerson getting a pretty good launch from there, and I'm gonna try and space it out a little bit. Nickerson's got a good run
on John here. He's pushing him.
Yep, I think they're gonna try and work together to grab Nathan up front.
Yeah, they don't want to let Nathan run away.
Yep, I think Nick knows that John's on wet tires, so he knows he's gonna be faster in this infield, and he doesn't really want to lose.
He got it slowed down though.
John Nobinger right up behind
Dustin.
Nathan.
Watch out.
Dustin having the time of his
Lamborghini looks
life.
like a handful. Man, and if you go a couple cars back, William Burrell, Josh Betts, and Javi Sierra all
looks like Nathan just got taken out by John Nobinger. John Nobinger
Nathan gets
absolutely murders Nathan right there.
Good recovery though. Still not haven't lost a whole lot of time. Not ideal, but it could have been worse.
As looking a little bit further back in the field, there's some battles everywhere. These guys are starting to get to our closest bunch right here. These guys just tiptoeing their way around. I think
Javi looks like he ran a little wide. That's going to allow Josh Betts to get through.
Yep,
he's not going to let it go that easy though. Sticking the nose in. Oh, nice covering off from Josh Betts though.
Javi having the dry tires. The only driver in this little squabble that has wet tires is William Burrell in the yellow Porsche.
And if you go just one car back, look who's made his way up. It's Ricky Renner.
Mr. Renner himself.
From last to P11.
All in
He's not done yet. He's not done.
All on the wet tire. Or, I'm sorry, dry tire. So he is looking for vengeance.
It's looking like this rain is going to be ending somewhat soon. So this race may come back to Ricky.
It very much might. He's going to be staying on those dry tires. So if he can make him last through all this, his tires are going to be nice and cool. Not really a whole lot going on for him, as he's going to try around the
Nickerson
outside.
With another run too.
Man, I'm trying to go back and forth right here.
There's too much going on. Yeah. there's quite literally too much going on. Is Nick gonna make a move? Nope. He's gonna
not quite. We'll
tuck
hop
it
back
nice
with
and
Ricky.
neat behind John.
Ricky getting by William.
Any sort of run off of turn 1. Good move for Ricky. That moves him into the top 10. Wow, from the spin on lap 1 to where are we at? Lap 5 in 5 laps.
5 laps.
Back to the top 10.
Yep, absolutely.
And he's not done yet.
Man, that's gonna allow
a little bit of contact.
Yeah, Michael Schwartz. He's on the another dry tire runner. So 2 Porsches on the dry tire. Are they gonna go too wide through here? Nope.
Wow.
Michael is gonna give him the line.
Making moves left and right. Ricky Renner is on a tear right now.
Yep. Whoa, who is that coming
There's
by?
gonna be
Derek
another
Booker,
spot.
little bit of a dive bomb as that forces William Burrell off track. Looking in his mirror right there. Looking ahead a little bit. Javi Sierra is trying to get Ricky Renner, but Ricky in 8th place now, so he is
Wow.
climbing the ladder.
Yeah, he's got his eyes set on Josh Betts now. See how long it takes for him to get up to him, because it's not a question of well, I guess it'd be a
If
question of when, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a win, but yeah, he's 1.5 seconds back, so we'll keep an eye on that. But I'll tell you who is having a fantastic night right now. We'll get to the battles here in a second. Is Kelly Punyer. Weird little glitch right there, but
Yeah.
he is 6 seconds ahead right now,
Wow,
so
nice gap.
he is feeling really good in those wet tires.
That's what you want. You just a nice comfortable gap that you can hold just to control the race and do things at your pace. If you can get to that spot early on, it'll be hopefully a smooth sailing for there.
Yep, absolutely. As another driver that started pretty far down is Mason Smith, made his way up to 13th. So even though he is, I want to say he was on the, no, he's on the dry tire. So the Porsche just
Interesting.
working better with the dry tires right now.
Yeah, and the Porsche is just naturally better in the rain, so I wonder if this was just like a sneaky surprise or Mason really wanted to stick this out in the rain because it's looking like he's managing, but it's not looking as stable as the Porsche in the rain as the Porsche normally is.
Yep, absolutely. As Derek Booker sending another haymaker on Javi Sierra, he's going to get on by with that
Gonna
wet
be too
tired
wide through
Porsche.
this left-hander here.
Let's see what Javi Sierra and
He's gonna let him go.
yep, William Burrell gets
Nice
right
move
on
around the
by.
outside.
Yeah, that was really good.
Was not gonna fight that one. Well,
Let's see Javi
Austin
Sierra.
Diltstow to stick a nose around the outside too.
Yep,
See
let's
if
see
he
if
can make
he can get
anything
it.
work. Is there any grip out there? Oh, it kind of looks like it though. Wow.
Wow, that outside line
And
because
make
of
it.
the wet line right there. He's going to have a little bit more traction around the outside.
Nice.
That's going to give
That's
him
a good
that
move there.
position. Beautifully done.
Some really great battles going on tonight. Like that is
Yep.
it's just full of action everywhere you look. So
Yeah, there's a
awesome
ton
racing
of
between
action, and
everyone.
no one's taking each other out. No one's like really going crazy off track or just crashing
Yeah,
left, right,
really.
and center.
Besides Ricky's spin,
Yep.
no real huge incidents that we've seen. So, oh, Derek going a little wide through the exit. It's gonna allow William Burrell to get by.
Yep. I'll tell you what though, look who dropped back down to 15th.
Oh, what happened there?
Let's see. It
I'll do a little bit.
says
I'll do a little bit of digging here.
he went off track right here. I wonder if there was any contact or if he spun it again.
Oh
He
no!
did
After
it
all that work.
again.
Oh, that sucks.
Man, tough luck. So he has all that work to do yet again as he gets by Fozzie Vizzello, who is missing a front bumper. So that's not going to help too much. Austin
Yeah, I will not
Diltz
help you.
um, getting, trading places with Derek Booker right there as they had a little bit of contact.
Yeah, this Javi Sierra battle and this Austin Diltz battle up here too. Two good
Yep.
battles to look after, and they're not even not that far apart from each other. So
No, not at all. As Joe Thomas looking to make a move on our series sponsor, Josh Anderson, right there with Chase Decals. Amazing looking machine.
gotta shut them out. Oh, someone's off. Who's off?
Ooh, that was William Burrell,
William
but
Burrell.
he's collecting it up
Good save, though.
nicely on the inside, but he's giving plenty of room to Derek Booker around the outside. He's going to have the inside here on this left-hander, and he's going
Didn't
to
make
make that
anything
work
work around
good.
the outside. No, Austin's got that preferred line.
Yep.
Ooh, a little bit slidey on
Ooh,
exit.
man.
That's
Yep.
not gonna help you.
William Burrell, even with the wet tires, still a little slidey right there.
Yeah, I wonder if the wet tires are just not working or what. Like I
Maybe
don't know. Like
maybe they're
I
just
would
a
have
little
thought
worn.
the wet would have been almost a better choice here, but looking like the dries are still the strong choice. So
Yep, absolutely. As Ricky Renner and Javi Sierra, I think, going right there. That was a lap car that he was just making his way around. But either way, that puts that was Michael Schwartz. I'm sorry. So that's going to put Ricky cutting the course a little bit. So that might be a black flag, which it did end up being. So he's going to have to take the slow line around the the Roval here.
What I've noticed too is John's made his way up to 3rd place. So
He's been there
good
for a
run
little
from
bit.
John there. Is maybe not exactly the fastest car on track, but very consistent. So that's helped him a
Yep,
lot.
yep, absolutely. As Derek Booker and Astin Diltz
Ooh,
going a
watch the
little.
paint. Watch the paint.
Ooh, man. Derek having that inside line looked like he got a little less traction there, but he had enough to make that position work.
Yeah, it's just these runs that Derek can put on, like getting that power down in the Porsche seems to be pretty easy. See if Austin can maybe stick a nose in there. It doesn't look like it, but Austin seems to be pretty content around this track. But Derek just, has just getting those better runs. It helps you so much at a track like Daytona, where so much of it is, getting a good exit onto your straight line speed. Oh man, a little bit of a slide going into the right hander keeps it on the track.
I'm doing just fine. Joe Thomas still on the back of Josh Anderson right there. But nothing quite doing yet. Looks like John is squeaking out a little bit of a lead over Dustin right behind. I wonder if Nathan had a little bit of an issue. He's further back than maybe he would have liked to be, instead of being right on John's bumper. So John Nobinger, 3rd place in Gold Division, or in his Gold Division car, but 3rd place overall.
Yeah, kind of speaking of the divisions, looking back, Herbert Pineda, I think in P20 right now. It's not going to help him in the gold division standings. So, this might be a drop race for him if he can't seem to make up any more positions. So, that'll help Nathan out a ton in extending his lead in the gold division.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
we'll see how that plays out by the end of this race.
As it looks like Mason Smith is making some more moves. He is up to 8th place. Ricky Renner back up to 11th, so he's recovering again for the 2nd time. But yeah, what should have been a somewhat good lead, or at least somewhere in the top 3, has turned into a battle to get into the top 10. As Derek Booker losing a little bit of positions right there, maybe just lost a little bit of traction. Looking like I have a couple crashes here. As
I'm trying to do some quick math here, and where Nick Nickerson is sitting, he might, close that gap up pretty good to Mason here. I don't know if he'll take the lead in the division, but he'll be very, very close if he can hold the spot.
Yeah, between Nick and Dustin, I think that's going to be the battle for the lead right now. Mason Smith has definitely been dethroned.
Yeah, I don't doubt that it'll be someone else taking the lead of this platinum division. It'll be most likely Dustin, but you never know. If something happens to Dustin, it could very well go the way of Nick Nickerson.
Yep, absolutely. As we saw Astin Diltz, he had a little bit of an incident right there in the chicane. And we'll look at Josh Anderson. Looks like he also had a moment.
And Austin was having a good race too.
Absolutely.
That sucks to see that as well.
Ooh, yeah, it looks like he had some damage beforehand, and yeah, he had a moment. Let's see, this is even before that.
It was a very, very popular saying around these parts. It goes, "Sucks to suck."
Yeah, sucks to suck. Absolutely. As that's what happened right there.
Rear end steps out. That's a very, very quick corner in the track. So
yeah, there's not a lot he could have done right there.
To see that.
So we'll hop back on. Looks like Dane Simpson's having a little bit of a battle with Fozzie Fazzillo. Fozzie gonna be losing a lot of time down these straights without that bumper, but still making it work around the inside on turn 1 right there.
Ooh, can you get it slowed down though? That front end looking a bit tricky to control.
Yeah, absolutely. Hop on with Derek Booker. Action everywhere we see. It's starting to get a little spaced out now, so we have a chance to breathe from
Mason
all the.
Hasn't really seemed to have break away from Derek yet. Derek's still holding on, so I wonder if he might try to reclaim his position there.
Derek, of course, on wet tires. Brady, you got the forecast right there. Are
I
we
do.
away
Looking
from
like no more rain.
no more
We're
rain?
all done with the rain. So, with oh man, we got 41 minutes. So yeah, it very well could be could dry out. The way if these cars continue to just turn out laps, you could see a dry line forming. So you never know. Like maybe towards the end, you might see in the second pit stop, some guys, well, I guess continue to run some dry tires since it seems like most of them seem to be running that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just kind of clicking around to see
Dustin Neerhoof maybe
any
looking around the
other.
outside on John.
Ooh,
He just put in the fastest time of the race right there as he's trying to make it
wow.
work around the outside, but that wet paint, ooh, right there. Just what we were
Yep.
talking about.
Wrong. Yep. Yep.
That wet paint
Got to be
just
careful.
not working
It'll
for
get
him.
you. Man, Dustin seems to be pretty quick in the Lamborghini. It's just it's looks like it wants to kill him.
Yeah,
In all honesty,
that Lamborghini is rough.
it's fast, but looking like a bit hard to control.
Yep. As this track dries out, maybe he'll pick up some more pace here, but
Oh,
we will
someone's on
find
solo
out.
there. Who's that?
That might have been a lap car of Michael Picone right there. Just letting the
Oh, I see.
drivers by, not really putting anything into it. So looks like a couple drivers come into the pits. I think that's just for.
Yeah, we should start to see the first round of pit stops somewhat soon here.
Yeah, with this rain, I'm sure they saved a little bit more fuel than usual. So I think within the next
Yeah,
5 minutes.
it won't quite be a one stop. Like if it was a full wet race like we've had in the past, it usually if you can fuel save, you can make it a one stop race. But at this rate, with the track drying out, I don't see it being a one stop. Most likely a two stop.
Yep, absolutely. As assuming that my my screen is right with our tire choice calculator, looks like Derek Booker pit for some more wet tires.
Interesting.
So that is
Even
correct.
with the track drying out. Huh.
Yeah.
We'll see how that plays out.
Definitely going to see some interesting strategies here tonight.
Yeah, you can run into the risk of overheating those wets, and as the track dries out, it's almost like the opposite. You're gonna start losing grip on those wet tires, and it may go a bit faster right at the beginning, but a lap or two in, you're gonna burn them up pretty quick. So
Yep.
we'll see how that goes.
As looks like Dane Simpson and Fozzie Fazzillo getting pretty racy. Dane right on the bumper of Fozzie. He's been kind of glued to that bumper for a while, but let's see if he can get some more momentum around the outside. Make a move into this bus stop.
It's gonna be hard to do anything around there.
Yep.
Trying to look around the outside here.
Let's see.
He's got a lot of overspeed. See if he can clear him before turn one. Fozzie not really giving him any room. Ooh, man.
Ooh, Dane barely getting next to him, but looks like these drivers making it work right there.
There's that front end though. He
Yep.
needs. That's where that front bumper will help you right on the exit. There. So
Absolutely.
seeing if Dane can find any way around Fozzie here. Fozzie doing a good job though, holding his own. So.
Yep. Looks like Herbert Pineda and Derek Booker going at it. Derek going really wide right there. I don't think he expected that. Carried way too much speed into one. That's going to allow Herbert to sail right on by without any issue. So.
Yeah, and when you get into the dirty stuff out there, it's like a magnet. It just pulls you right out. So, it's you gotta watch out for a lot of these corners where you got marbles and junk like that on the track. They'll drag you out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So, see what Derek Booker can do. Assuming he's still on the wet tires, so he has a lot of confidence right there.
From a
wow.
long way back. Got it slowed down though.
Herbert. Yeah, that was looking
He
pretty
was
close.
all the way down on those brakes. Wow.
But making it work right there. As two drivers that really know what they're doing, Ricky and Mason Smith, getting pretty close together. They're 6th and 7th respectively.
Say that again.
Mason Smith and Ricky Renner side by side as we speak. Oh, and they're all going into the pits.
Oh, wow. Everyone diving the pit lane.
Ooh, man.
Almost cutting them off.
Looks like I'm seeing a black flag for Nick Nickerson right now.
Oh, no.
So we'll see if that
That
comes
is
into
not what you
fruition.
want. Interesting. I wonder if that might be a pit lane speed penalty. There's a lot of it's a very hot
Very
entry
well
in
might
pit
be,
lane,
yeah.
so it very well could be that.
I'll watch his time in the pit box here.
See if it's probably like a 30 or 40-second stop and go.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's looking like, as he's in the pits for way longer than he'd like to be.
Yep. Dang. A lot of cars on pit out though. Josh
Oh,
Betts, Ricky
absolutely.
Renner, Mason. Wow. Ricky Renner and Mason right next to each other.
As I would
See if Ricky
expect,
can get
yeah.
around
The
him.
whole train right there. Whoa,
Oh, and
someone
Herbert
just went
holding
off.
off Derek here too. Oh, that's
Um,
John. John
oh, it
spun it.
is. Yep, there he is, right there.
Wow, what a move by
Oh my
Derek though.
gosh.
Down the inside. Down the inside of Herbert. Nice aggressive move. See if Herbert has an answer for him. This pit cycle's really stacked everyone up here, so we'll see. And especially on these cold tires and the wet conditions, it's going to be very tricky.
Yep.
It's Derek going a little bit wide. He's going to try to cover him off.
Yep.
Whoa!
Herbert just barely getting
Slicing
on
across
him.
the bumper of Herbert.
So, with all these exciting battles going on, Mason and Ricky, third and fourth. After
Wow,
all
Ricky.
that,
What I just got to say, what a drive by Ricky. Like,
yeah,
he's been fast in the past, and we kind of know that, but just losing it on turn. There's been no cautions too, so it's not like they group everyone up. This is pure pace that he's putting in to get by everyone. He's making a move on Mason, nice into the chicane. Wow, he's really making that Porsche work.
yep.
A little bit of airtime over the curbs, but yeah, nice drive by Ricky so far.
Oh, watch that pass again, as he's just better on the brakes, getting alongside, and yep, it's a clean pass. So very well done. See if
that Porsche is just working really well for him. So
yep, absolutely. But someone that I'm sure would wish they were higher up, but still in a very good position, is Dustin in that Lamborghini sitting in P2. Even with all of his little issues and the Lamborghini putting up a fight, he is still in a very nice spot.
yeah, I'm very impressed by that. It's not a. Oh wait, what's this? Is that Kelly going slowly? Kelly had a slowdown.
Interesting.
Dustin's just taking the lead of the race.
Yep, Kelly. Yeah,
What
Kelly.
happened there?
Kelly went off track. Let's see what happened here. Oh, a little too much throttle on
Wow.
the dry tires, and that sends Kelly right on around.
So you can make a correction there. Dustin to first place now.
Absolutely crazy stuff that we're seeing. Non-stop action from the race start, 30 minutes in, and it is still just as mighty.
Nathan really hunting down that P5 spot as well. He doesn't want to let Josh get away that easily. So we'll see if he can find anything or find any way around Josh here.
Absolutely. As a nice little battle with Alex Jaspers and Fozzie Fasillo. I think, or would that be Nick Terrell? I'm sorry, that's Nick Terrell right up ahead.
I'm trying to relearn all these driver names and liveries and stuff. They changed so much.
I was gonna say,
I
yeah,
can't keep track.
Nick Terrell is not in his normal mystery machine, so that was a had to re-look at that.
Oh, Nathan trying to find the way around the outside. The Mercedes power.
Yep.
Can he make any? It's going though. It's going.
He is getting that momentum down on the track.
Pure horsepower from the Mercedes. Can he clear him by turn one?
Yep. We're gonna see.
Josh is gonna have that preferred line.
Oh,
wow.
Yep. Yeah, he's gonna get him really
Nice.
easy. I wonder if he lifted right there.
He might have had to slow down, cutting the Le Mans chicane. I have to look back, but that might have been a slowdown that he had to give up.
Very possible. As looking at our gap, looks like Dustin is pulling some time on Kelly right now. Gap up to 2 seconds now.
Bit of a wall tap for Nick Terrell, trying to get around Josh Anderson.
So looking through, looks like everyone's spaced out a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you can see it on your screen there, Jack, but I'm starting to see a dry line form here.
All right, let's hop on
At least in the
board.
infield section, I'm starting to see a dry line. Oh, even on the banking too.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm seeing it too. So everyone on wet
This is
tires, Derek Booker included.
leaning very much into the direction of these dry tire runners. So everyone on wet tires, gamble might not have paid off.
Yep, absolutely. Looks like Derek Booker and Herbert Pineda both on the wet tires. But I do see that dry line very much prominent.
And with 30 minutes left in this race, it's going to be, it's going to get drier and drier. So definitely helping out these dry tire runners.
Yep, absolutely. And that is going to be your top 6 are all on dry tires. So those guys should be good. Everyone else is kind of mixed in between wets and dries.
Interesting. Can I ask you, who's our highest running wet tire runner?
That would be Derek Booker in the Porsche, 7th place.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on him then. I'm interested to see how well this wet will, because if he can run it another, I'm trying to remember when the pit cycle is, probably another 10 minutes or so, 10 or 15 minutes on this wet tire.
Yep.
That'll be and just pit onto the dries. That'll be the best way to not lose any time here. But he's just got to survive to that point.
Absolutely. William Burrell,
Jonathan,
Michael
another
Schwartz.
spin.
Ooh, Michael Schwartz getting on that wet line, wet paint. That's going to allow William Burrell.
Watch for the rejoin of John cutting him across the track.
Oh, yeah, there he is, right there. John Nobinger. Ooh,
very big spin. Same place as last
close.
time. That's not going to help Michael, though, on with that exit, with that rejoin from John.
Yeah, he'd get a little bit wide on the entry.
Helps William a little bit there.
William trying to escape a little bit right there. But Michael was able to get by before. Just had a little bit of unlucky line into turn 1, so let's see if he can get that position right on back.
Yeah, I think so. It looks like Michael has been able to get some pretty good runs out of these corners. So
yep.
Maybe if you can get a good lineup through the Le Mans chicane, then a good move through turn 1 is always pretty easy to make. So.
Yep, absolutely. And another little piece of information right here: Michael's on dries and William Burrell ahead is on wets, so that might explain a little bit of the speed difference.
Michael getting some good speed though.
Yeah, that wet tire adds a lot of drag. I'm noticing on these straights, so you lose a lot of top end.
Got around them before the chicane too. That's some great speed from Michael.
We'll see if John Nobinger can replicate that. But yeah, that track is definitely drying out.
He's been running pretty strong. Unfortunate that he's had as many incidents as he had. I think he's been pretty stable with this Mercedes. It's just it likes to bite back from time to time as he's going around the outside of who's this, William Burrell. He's also going to clear him.
Yep, easy pass right there. Those wet tires just not giving him the performance that he needs.
Ooh, a little bit deep.
Ooh, wow.
A little bit deep for Michael. He's going to come back. Nice recovery. That's going to cost him some time, though.
A lot of time. Oh, he's going off the grass. Yep, there goes John and William right there. So
that's 2 spots for John.
Maybe I was mistaken. Maybe the track is still just good enough for wets in the infield.
Yeah, let's see. According to this, it says, track very lightly wet. So it's definitely drying up, especially on that dry line. So.
Yep, absolutely. Ricky Renner making the pass on Kelly to get 2nd place, but Dustin Nierhoff putting 4 seconds on Ricky right now. So yeah, Dustin is...
With the way Ricky's moving, Dustin's just got to turn out, purple lap after purple lap if you want to keep this lead, because it looks like there's no stopping Ricky at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Last lap, Ricky was 1/10 faster, so we'll see if he's any quicker this lap. I think passing Kelly, depending on where he passed him, may slow him down just a little bit.
I also got to point out a huge mover. Mason going from 18th to 4th now as he's sitting. So, great drive from him as well.
He's doing pretty good, but our best mover right now is Derek Booker making up 18 positions to Mason's 14.
Wow. A lot of good drives going on tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like another fastest lap from Ricky right there, going almost a full second faster than Dustin that last lap. So
Wow.
he is Mad Max right now.
Yeah, he is, and he's also dragging along Kelly. So Kelly might also very good chance of Kelly being there once they end up catching up to Dustin. So could be a
Yep,
good three-way battle for the lead in the next few laps.
absolutely. We'll see. As long as Kelly can stay on the bumper, he's going to get that draft. And yeah, I
Yeah,
think he might
good
be.
toe around this track too. You know, like I said before, his tracks like half the track is just straightaways or the banking. So if you can stick in that draft, it's a very nice toe to be in.
Absolutely. This is. Oh,
Oh, Kelly lost it. Kelly
hurt.
lost it.
Yep. In that section getting onto the banking, that's what we were saying before. That's a
Oh
spot where a lot of
no.
cars lose traction.
Not what Kelly needed.
And
That's
look
gonna
who's
allow
right
Mason to
behind.
get by too.
Yep, Mason making the easiest pass ever around the
Oh,
outside
as
of
we
the
were just
banking.
saying, just to keep in the draft and lose. Yeah, that doesn't help.
Yep, now 5 seconds back from Ricky, who is only 2 seconds away from Dustin. He is flying out there.
That puts Mason in the top 3, but Mason on the podium now from 18th place.
Yep, now that's 15 positions right there. Even if he can get up to the lead, that's still 17 positions on Derek's 18. As long as Derek can just stay where he's at, he's got the biggest mover award. But yeah, these guys right now, they're doing pretty good. Let's see if Kelly can get that position back. May have lost a lot of time, but he still wants the position. He's going to try around the outside right here,
He's
going
hungry.
into turn 1.
See if
Let's
Mason
see.
can fend this off.
Mason
Inside's preferable, but the
inside
outside
right
can
there.
work.
Yep, looks like Mason still able to make
Good
it
cover
work.
off.
Little twitch right there, but Mason, good enough driver that doesn't phase him whatsoever.
Yeah, he's he's a very sharp driver. No, doesn't seem like any amount of pressure will phase him. So he's gonna be very hard to get by. As someone else has joined the party,
Yeah,
is
this is
Nathan
Nathan
Nickerson.
Nickerson. I was about to say, he is right on the back of these guys right here, as getting through some lap traffic. It's going to bunch him up a little bit more. See if Nathan can make the Mercedes work now that the track is drying up. The Porsche is going to lose a little bit of its edge.
Yeah, leading gold division right now. Nah, he needs that overall win. He's looking for. He's hungry,
Yep,
especially with
absolutely.
Kelly and Mason battling up ahead. That's just gonna be some easy pickings for him.
Yep, he just needs them to battle a little bit more,
As
and
they're side by side already.
he needs to stay on him in case something happens. Kelly not ready to give up this position, as they are.
And Nathan's just got to sit back and watch the action.
Yep, see if Kelly can make it
Gonna
work
clear
on
him
that
too.
side. Yep, look at that.
Nice. See if Nathan can line up a good exit through the chicane. That gives you a tow all the way around to turn 1. So if he can manage a good exit, that draft is decently powerful around here.
Yep, absolutely. And 3/10 back, I think he's going to get on his bumper. I don't know if he's going to have the pass unless he makes a really, really magnificent move into 1.
You never
But
know. Nathan's worked some good magic in the past, so we might see something here tonight.
we'll see. Yeah, Nathan's going to have an even harder time right behind because Mason having the draft right there, so he's going to be pretty much stagnant. But yeah, that
Kelly
Porsche and
just.
Kelly really fast on the straight. Go a little bit
Mason with
sideways.
the exit though. Good exit. Can he stick his nose in?
He's going to
Oh, just
try
not
here on
quite
this
though.
right-hander. He's
Maybe
going to be too
looking
far
for a
back.
move. You're in the wet though. The dry line. You're not Kelly taking that dry line, so
Yep,
gonna help him
absolutely.
there.
But look at this battle right here. We saw it coming. We knew it was coming. Ricky Renner on the tear. He is going to try and make
Oh
a
my
move on
word.
Dustin Neerhoof, maybe into this bus stop. He did it before on Mason Smith, so he knows the line. He knows what to do.
Just got to line him up, and it's just what he's good at. Just insane this run from Ricky today. If he can make this work.
Absolutely. 2/10 back onto the banking and only a better draft from here. So it's entirely possible he could get this move done in the bus stop.
It's getting closer and closer and closer. Almost bump drafting him down.
Yep,
He's
they're side by
has a
side.
nose on the inside.
This is the same move he did on Mason. Oh, but he's going to back out
Kind
of
of
it.
backs out of it though.
But
He's got some
as long
cars
as he
up
can,
ahead though.
as long as he
You
can
got to
get a
get
move
around
here.
these guys. Nice. Let's him go.
Oh man,
Try to
they
maybe
are
use that
bump
lap
drafting.
traffic to your advantage.
Yep. Dustin's going to be trying to get any bit of draft that he can off of Dane Simpson right up ahead.
Dane is seeing a 200-mile-an-hour rocket appear behind him, so
Yep. Oh,
he's.
are they
They
gonna
might
do
split
a
him. They're
3
gonna
wide?
split him.
No way!
They're gonna split him down the front stretch.
Oh
Ricky,
no!
no!
Whoa!
No!
Dane!
There's
Oh,
contact!
Ricky saves it though.
Contact between Ricky and Dane on the front stretch.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh!
word! I can't believe this.
Ricky
Dustin
saving
needs to run away.
an absolute
Insane save from Ricky.
90-degree
I have
save.
no idea how he kept that. Wow. He might need a new pair of pants after that one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he is.
I might need a new pair of pants after that one. We
That entire race
we almost
car.
just witnessed
You-
Ricky's insane run come
You
to
can
an
see
end early.
the
but
track
he
turning
holds
brown
on to it.
behind him from Ricky Renner.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
It is literally nothing in it for the lead of this race. Everyone wants it, and everyone is willing to give up everything to get this win.
This battle is going to slow him down too. Kelly 8 seconds behind, losing a little bit of time. But if these two keep battling like this, they might be in trouble from the cars behind. But Kelly's also trying to fend off 2 cars behind him.
I know. I was gonna say these lap cars moving out of the way because Mason, Nathan, and Kelly are all going at it as well.
Yep, absolutely. As I will jump back and forth between these two battles right here. The battle for the podium, all podium positions, is insane. The top 5 in general is.
Yeah, this top 5 battle right here is just off the scale. It's insane.
Yep, absolutely. As there's still 20 minutes
Another
left in
lap
this race.
car that Kelly's got to get through. A little shaky exit from Mason. He holds on to it though.
Yep.
Nathan's dropped a little bit back, but he'll have that toe to help him around. We'll see what happens. Hopefully there's not another
Dane Simpson
another recreation of what happened to Ricky.
staying low. Yep, he's not having to fend off 3
Clears
wide
Dane.
right here.
Good. Now Mason goes by.
Yep, head back on turn 1 with our leaders right here. Battling it out. Still right behind, I think Ricky Renner is just trying to slow his heart rate down, catch his breath, and try and make a move back on the straight.
Reset. Just take a lap to reset. You're still in it, so just gotta refocus up and make that move.
Yep, absolutely. See what Ricky can do right here. He is having a lot more grip than this Lamborghini up ahead.
He's got a bit of front bumper damage. I don't know if you could see that. It might not help him so much on these long straightaways.
Yeah,
so once once he clears Dustin, I wonder if he'll struggle to pull away since we won't have that top speed.
Yep, absolutely. Maybe he'll stay on the bumper right here and wait for a faster pair, or he might just try and send it.
Nope, he's going for it. he wants that.
He's looking for it, but I think you're right. I think that bumper is, if he's not within that draft, he might have an issue.
He's not going to have it.
But he is going to look on the inside right
through the chicane. Might have it unless Dustin can go late on the brakes.
Yep, absolutely.
Covers him off again. Nice.
Yeah, these drivers.
Dustin is so confident on those brakes. Especially into that chicane, it helps him out a ton. Can help cover off Ricky.
Yep, we'll get our drone camera for this because there's just action from these two non-stop. So we're going to get a nice draft right here with Ricky. He's going to be on his bumper. See what he's going to do. He's going to try the outside line into turn 1 right here. See if he can get a side draft. Maybe side by side right here.
Looking like he's still got it. Ooh, maybe banging doors. Going into turn 1.
Tap. Let's see who
can hold that dry line though.
Let's see Ricky Renner going around the outside right there, not touching the paint.
No, Dustin's got that dry line though.
Dustin
that
does
grip.
have that drive line.
Yep.
And he's able to rocket ship out of there.
It's so hard to make a move. Like normally, yeah, you can kind of make that work on a dry track, but with this dry line specifically, it's very hard to make that work around the outside because it's just so wet around the outside there.
Yep, absolutely. So Ricky's gonna have another little climb to get up, but he's already done it a few times before. Looking a little bit further back, Nathan Nickerson got by Mason Smith somewhere in all that chaos.
Mason had to serve a slowdown going through the chicane. He cut it just a little bit, so that allowed Nathan to get by.
So yeah, 2-second gap to Kelly right there. So Kelly feeling pretty good in that third position, able to take a little bit of a breath, but someone that just cannot take a breath is Dustin Nierhoff at the lead of the race.
Yeah, he must be sweating in that Lamborghini, seeing Ricky Renner just close up and fall back a little bit and close up and fall back a little bit, especially going in on the backstretch. Being
Yep.
able to cover him off like that is
If
just
I
tremendous work from them.
if I look in the mirror and I see my competitor be 90 degrees on the front stretch and then save it, I would be trembling in that seat
Yep.
right now.
Yep. You just got to be calm and content, you know, just to hold off Ricky because he's going to be throwing everything trying to get around him.
Yep, absolutely. And you had to wonder what this is doing to his tires. You know, we still have 15 minutes left in this race, and
Yeah, there
we
should
need
still be one more stop.
Yeah, there will be one more stop, but we'll see what tires they want to take too.
Oh, speaking of pit
speaking of
stops,
pit
there goes
stops,
Ricky diving in the pit lane.
so he's gonna see if he can get an undercut right here. Wish we could see how many tires he takes, if any, but that's gonna allow Dustin to go one lap out more. As
We'll see what happens
into the
here.
pits right there. Let's get on Mason and Nathan up here.
Yeah,
Mason's
see if Nathan
still
can hold
right
off Mason.
behind.
They're both very quick drivers, so we'll this is gonna be a very even battle here.
Yeah, Nathan putting on a show on why he wants to be in that platinum division right there, being surrounded by them. But another driver I want to give a quick shout out to is Josh Betts, 5th position in the silver class. So what a drive from him, mixing it up with these gold and platinum drivers. So we're able to catch our breath a little bit. Ricky Renner back out on track. Don't know what tires he took, if any. That's going to be something that we'll have to ask him later tonight. But in the meantime, Kelly Poinier putting in the fastest lap of the race of 147.8, so the track is getting significantly faster. So we'll keep a camera on Dustin, see if he dives into the pits this lap or if Ricky dove in really early.
It'll be interesting to see this tire choice because typically you might go like just 2 tires or 3 just to so you don't lose time. As yeah, we see Dustin dive into the pit lane. Be careful not to get a speeding penalty. Slows her down nicely. But yeah, it's all about maximizing. You know, do you want to take tires and not lose time, or do you not even take tires at all and just go right out because you even have that warm up period? Especially on a slick track like this, it's gonna be very tricky to get these tires warmed up.
Yep, absolutely. These tires going to be extra cold. So, I mean, you have to compare it between temperature and wear, really, is what it comes down to now.
I'm going to keep an eye on Ricky to see where he comes out compared to Dustin, if he can get ahead or if Dustin can stay ahead. So it looks like Dustin might be in the pit out right now. It's going to be very close.
Pit out. Let's see if we can find him right here. Yep, there he is right there on the inside.
Going around turn 1 and
Ricky
off the
Renner.
limiter for Dustin.
Yep, Dustin.
Can he get the
getting a
run?
nice
Yes, holds him
launch.
off.
And that's going to put Ricky Renner about half a second behind. I mean, he's going to
But the
close
question
up faster.
is, if Dustin takes tires, you got to be very not to overwork him right away.
Yep.
But if he kept these old tires on, you'll have the heat in them still, so you can push just right away out the pits.
Yep, absolutely. Ricky Renner, even if he did take tires, he has 1 lap better.
Ooh, man.
And that might be showing here if he did. So, either way, looking like right back to where we started from.
Yep, back to square one with these guys.
Yep. And full push to the end right here. No more fuel saving, no more anything. These guys are going to be full attack. If they weren't before.
Yeah, but it looks like Ricky might have been able to use a faster pair, so he's right back up to full speed, full attack, full everything as he's looking for around the inside.
Is he gonna
Will he
commit
let
time?
this go?
Nope.
He's
gonna
nice
play it
cover
safe.
off from Dustin.
I think he's just trying to make Dustin or force Dustin into a mistake. Just.
I mean, that's
put
all
in
you can
any
do
pressure.
into that corner. It's
Yeah.
gonna be very hard to make anything work.
But he's less than a tenth coming out of that bus stop right there. So we'll see what he can do right
make
here.
anything work on the outside.
Yep,
He's
he
got
doesn't-
some speeds, maybe some side draft,
Yep, some side draft is going to help. He doesn't want to
but he's
push
also
Dustin.
in the wet.
Oh yeah,
You might glare
he's
him
getting the
here.
speed. He's getting a
Oh
lot
my
of speed right
word.
here.
The speed from the Porsche tonight.
Yep, and that covers him off. But
Wow.
let's see if Dustin can make a move on the inside. Nope.
Dustin won't let that go easily though. He's
No, he
definitely
will
gonna
not.
have some pushback.
But with the,
Maybe even force Ricky into a mistake if he can.
we'll see. Ricky has been, ever since the track started drying up, he has been a rocket ship. And with how much he's closed up on Dustin, this is going to be an interesting battle. See what the draft can do for him. As another battle forming right behind them.
Yep. Nathan and Mason. These guys been going at it too.
Yep.
Not quite. Everyone else seems to be a bit more spread out from what I can see. So it's really, the battle for, fourth and fifth and first and second seem to be our closest battles here.
Yep. Looking like Ricky is starting to put a little bit of a gap on Dustin right there.
Just insane speed from the Porsche. I almost can't believe it. This run that Ricky's been having tonight. We've said it before. Just an insane run from all the way on lap one, spinning on lap one to now leading the race.
Yep. It's crazy. And then spinning again,
Yeah,
in
two
almost a
spins, I should
similar
say.
spot. So, Ricky having a lot of setbacks, but he's proving why he wants to be in that lead. Now pulling a 1.3, 1.4 second gap. I think Dustin may have had an issue. No, he's serving a black flag. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
So Dustin,
Trying to push everything to catch up to Ricky, but
yep, and
slowly
it's
slipping out of
still
his hands
there.
now with 10 minutes left in the race.
Dustin finally clearing the black flag, but dropping almost 3.5 seconds. Oh, wait.
Oh, you really got to feel for him though.
Dustin finding a lot of time right there. Maybe SDK was just being a little bit weird with the gap right there. But yeah, so now back up to 2.5 seconds, the gap with your leaders. But everyone else starting to spread out a little bit. Mason Smith wanting to pull away.
I mean, you gotta give a good round of applause though to Dustin though. He's held his own against some big dogs in this league, from Ricky to Kelly to Mason, even Nick to like there's some pretty class drivers that he's been able to battle and hold off. And yeah, you really gotta applaud his effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Big names in this race that that these drivers are having to work around, but Ricky Renner just putting on a show. I mean, he as Mason
that's
loses
some wet
it.
stuff for Mason.
Yeah,
No!
he got in the wet line, and that's gonna give the position right to Nathan.
I saw that coming too.
Yep, I
Just a
saw him go
bit wide
wide.
and got caught up in the wet stuff, and around goes Mason. It's allows Nathan to claim that fourth place spot.
Yep,
And with
absolutely.
8 minutes left, I'm not sure if Mason can get that gap up. Oh, very unfortunate for Mason. He was having a good run too.
Yeah, absolutely. As everyone's spread apart now, and Ricky Renner just kind of driving away.
I mean, all you can do if you're Ricky is just pull away. Run your race. You got 7.5 minutes left. Just turn out some laps and don't look back.
A driver that has done pretty well tonight as well. Herbert Pineda working his way up, making up 11 positions, so he's now third in class. But I think that's going to give Nathan Nickerson a lead, or a bigger lead than what he had. Let's pull up the points positions, because I actually kind of forgot where they're at.
Ooh, so contact with Josh Betts in turn one. Oh, hard hit for Josh Betts.
Hard hit. Yeah. Car
Between
is
him and Dane
right
Simpson,
there.
There's some contact there.
Let's rewind this a little bit.
Oh yeah, this car's
just sent
not
it
looking
way
good.
too deep, and even Dane Simpson going a little bit deep right there, because he carried a lot of speed there too. So
that's very unfortunate. 7 minutes left, and it's looking like a retirement for Josh Betts as he toes back to pit lane.
Tough break. So yeah, we look at Nathan Nickerson right there. Comfortably ahead in points right now. Herbert Pineda is going to lose a little bit more. Austin Diltz don't remember seeing him in here tonight, so he's gonna
He was in
lose.
here
Oh no,
earlier.
yep, there he is,
He
23rd.
retired from the race.
Yeah, so he
But some
is
more
gonna lose a
contact
lot.
between Nick Terrell and James Molyneux, so they both keep
Whoa,
it on the
yep.
track.
Let's see what happened right here too.
Just trying to make it work too wide through the little mini chicane.
Yeah, it's
And
a hard spot to go too wide right there. Maybe James Molyneux squeezing him a little bit right there, but they're still able to keep going, light contact right there.
yep, they kept their races going, so that's good to see.
Let's do.
Unfortunate for the contact, but you know. Yeah, it looks like Mason might not lose as many points as we thought. You know, Dustin and Nick. I mean, we're Nixon, you know, what, 5th place in class, and Dustin currently 2nd. So Dustin, I think, still might claim the lead of the championship, but Mason won't have that have as much damage done as we thought. Heavy contact for Derek on the front stretch, getting in some contact with William Burrell. Keeps the car going, but that's some good front end damage that he there going
I also
across the start
see
finish
Derek
line.
is without a rear. Did I see that right? Maybe I didn't look like he had a rear bumper there, but I think he's okay. But yeah, trying
A lot
to
of close calls tonight too.
get the points, make this a little bit easier to see the points here. For your bronze division, looks like Fazio Fazillo is doing okay with his position, still behind Alex Jaspers physically, but I don't think that's going to affect him too much in the points, as it looks like his next competitor to worry about is Tim Thompson a few positions back, so Fazio Fazillo is going to get a nice jump right there. In your silver division, looks like Josh Anderson will increase his lead right there. Because Bill Burrell is ahead by a decent amount. Looks like about 5 positions. So that might close up a little bit. Josh Betts, however, he actually just got by Josh Anderson. So that battle is going to continue to be pretty close. Your gold division, of course, Nathan Nickerson having a very, very nice showing, with Michael Schwartz right behind in 2nd place.
Well, I would say right behind. He's about 31 seconds back there, Jack.
Yeah, well, in position
right
wise,
behind.
yeah, you know, he's a couple positions back, and then behind him, Herbert Pineda, he will be feeling pretty good with his point standings. He's gonna kind of solidify his 2nd place a little bit more, and of course your platinum, Ricky Renner.
Is that Herbert going into the pits?
Yep,
Herbert
he
is
is in
going
the pits. Yep.
Interesting. With 3 minutes left.
Yeah, it is a bold strategy. But I think Dustin Neerhoof, even though having 2nd place, he is still going to take over your
he'll for sure be claiming this the points lead here.
Yep. So, but I have a feeling that we'll see Ricky maybe pop up in your top 3 there, as Nick Terrell is in P7. So we'll see what happens with that.
That might be. I have to look exactly where the rest of the platinum drivers are sitting, but that might boost Ricky up to a podium position in the championship.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there.
Things have kind of calmed down here. We haven't really had a time to, check our breath and everything. There's only 2 minutes left in the race.
Yep,
it's
absolutely.
Flown by.
It's insane. As Dane Simpson's still on the wet tires, he's going to lose a lot of that momentum. As Derek Booker is going to sail on by, and Dane is actually going to have 2 positions right there as William Burrell also gets by.
Yeah, we were talking about that gamble at the start of the broadcast. What would be the better tire, the dry or the wet? And since it stopped raining, the dry lines become very, very apparent. The wet tire just not looking like the tire of choice for this race. So, kudos to everyone who chose the dry tire. Pick the lucky side of the coin for tonight.
Yep, absolutely.
back to Ricky. What is that? A 6-second gap now
Yeah, 6 seconds
between
is
him and Dustin.
a
He's
nice
just
gap.
cruising away to a smooth victory, a very well fought victory. That's for sure.
Yeah, no,
Starting on the pole, and dropping all the way to last, and then back to first again. It's big air time from him going over the chicane, but yeah, that's some very class driving from Ricky, and a lot of these drivers too, like Dustin. Was that John back up in the top 10 after a couple slips? Kelly, looking on track for a podium finish here. Nathan with a good run to extend his Gold Division championship, and even Mason climbing up to top 5 from his P18 qualifying start. It's these top 5 drivers. Very very good drive from them.
oh crap, 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 crap. Did not mean to do that. There we go.
Notice a lot of cars going a lap down as well. Checking these race splits. Only the top 8 are on the lead lap right now, and only an hour-long race.
Yeah, right.
Looks like Herbert Pineda, the last one on the lead lap. So sitting pretty content until the last moments of this race. It should be white flag this time by, if I'm not mistaken. It's my countdown is hit 0, but I'm not seeing a flag yet.
Yep, absolutely. As try and hop on board here with good old Ricky.
We do one last onboard lap for his win here.
I think
Maybe talk you through this beautiful track.
yeah, if this is not the final lap, I wish we saw that somewhere.
It should be.
I think it will.
I have no doubt.
But yeah, we'll celebrate with
running
Ricky right here. Yep,
this long, very fast run. Is that white flag or checkered flag?
That was checkered flag for Ricky Renner.
Oh, that's checkered flag. Nice.
And sets
Congrats
the fastest lap.
to Ricky.
Just for good efforts right there. Dustin taking home 2nd position, and 3rd place Kelly Ponier looking like he's gonna round out that final position.
Nice, good podium. That's some good driving from these guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And congrats to all the class winners. Who would that be? Ricky, Nathan. Is that Josh in Silver Division?
Yep. Yeah, Josh Betts, Alex Jaspers.
Yep. Huge congrats to all the drivers for the division wins, and to Ricky for an awesome drive. This was a ton of fun to watch and commentate on. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm excited to interview these guys and kind of pick their brains on it.
Yes, for sure. I'm interested to see Ricky's thoughts on his race, because I just wanted to know what his thoughts was.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're kind of rounding out our final picks for our drivers, just trying to get to the finish line. But man, that was that was just a crazy race.
Yeah,
from start to finish.
Action everywhere. Like, Daytona does not disappoint, especially in the rain. Things up. The tire gamble, the battles, the spins and the chaos, and there's so much to unpack in just that short hour. So, just an awesome race all around.
Yep, absolutely. As our official results are in, with Ricky Renner taking home your win in the coolest way I think that he could have. 2nd place Dustin Nierhoff and Kelly Ponier rounding out your podium position. 4th place we have Nathan Nickerson. 5th place Mason Smith. 6th place Michael Schwartz. 7th Nick Terrell. 8th Herbert Pineda. 9th Alex Jaspers. 10th John Nobinger. And in 11th place, we got Josh Betts. 12th, William Burrell. 13th, Derek Booker. 14th, Tim Thompson. 15th, Dane Simpson. 16th, Joe Thomas. 17th, Josh Anderson. 18th, James Molyneux. 19th, Michael Pacone. 20th is Fozzie Fazzillo. And 21st, Nick Nickerson. 22nd, Hobby Sierra. 23rd, Austin Dilts. 24th, Morgan Smith. And 25th, we have Aaron Reed. So, absolutely tantalizing stuff that that we've seen from our drivers here tonight. But yeah, let's see if can't get some drivers in here for some interviews.
They're taking their time. They're trying to process just what happened, but just so much to unpack, and there's a lot to talk about.
No, absolutely. Let's see, our first person that we are gonna want to bring in here. See if we can find Alex Jaspers around. Yep, got him in here. So yeah, let's bring in Alex Jaspers and give him an interview. Alex, it is Jack and Braden in the booth. Got a copy?
Hey, Jack and Braden, how's it going? I got a copy. Yeah.
Oh, doing pretty good. It was a crazy race from our end. We've seen a lot of action. How was it from your end? Tell us how your race went.
Yeah, like the race was, it got pretty wild there at the start, the rain and everything. Everybody talking back and forth. Oh, wets, dries. What do you guys want to run on? What do you want to run on? Uh, Qualified 15th, and then ended up having a slide there. I think like lap 3, and then you sit there and you watch the whole field go by you,
Yep,
and then
yep.
you get back out there. Then I just kind of picked my way through the field. I did 2 short pits, which I think helped me. Uh, did the undercut, I guess. Um, didn't take tires on the last pit stop, so I think that helped big time too. Uh, but I had to pit about 5 laps with 5 laps of fuel left. Actually, I should say my whatever happened, but my iRacing decided to window to one of my triple monitors, but only the left monitor.
Oh,
So
wow.
now, now I'm watching 180 something degrees of field of view on one 32-inch monitor, and it's like I don't know where my break points are anymore.
Wow, that must be some
But,
kind of like drug that you're on, just going through in the cockpit. I mean, you're just seeing
oh,
everything through a needle.
it was bad, so that's why I pit right early on that one. But it actually helped me a lot because I was able to get my tires or keep my tires up at temp while everybody else pitted, and I think I made up a few positions like that. So
Yeah, speaking of tires, I was gonna ask like what your thoughts was of the tire strategy, like you were between like do you go dries, do you go wets? What was your thoughts and kind of what ended up being your strategy and how did that play?
uh, qualified on dries. The track stayed dry enough for the dries, and then the race start, the first stint, I went with wets, and I think that was the right call. Guys that were in the with the dry tires were struggling a bit, but by the end of the first stint, the rain started to go away, and my right front was hitting like 230 to 240
Whew.
degrees. It's the first time I've ever seen the tire temps go red on my car. So it was like, okay, gotta try to take it easy. Don't It was if I found if you went more midline on the oval instead of right at the bottom, it would keep the tires a little bit cooler. But there's no puddles out there. I guess the new design on Daytona, it just drains really well, and there's no puddles to find anything to cool them down. So it was you know just fighting that temperature.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then
Keep going.
after the first stop, went back to dries again, and then pretty much a dry line started to appear after about another 2-3 laps after the first pit stop. So
Yep. Yeah, it was looking pretty crazy, especially qualifying was the first spot where we're seeing differences in tire strategies. So, seemed the dry tire was working pretty good in the qualifying, but as soon as we went to the race, it seemed like the wet tire was the tire to be on for the start. But yeah,
yeah, yeah,
managing that tire even at 230 degrees is an accomplishment. So, good job there for keeping the car together and not blowing a tire.
yeah, yeah. It was definitely start to get a little squirrely with that tire temp up like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, anything else you want to add to the race? Any predictions for next race as well?
Where are we at next one? Is that Magello next?
I would believe so. Let me take a look here. Let's see. We
Yeah, it's
are
looking like
at,
Magello's next.
yep.
Oh, it's probably my favorite or best track, I'd say. So here's hoping.
Yep.
Oh, perfect. So we
And it'll
should
be
probably be interviewing you next week, yeah?
Let's hope so.
and
Let's
there
hope
won't
so.
be any
Make it a
rain.
three-piece.
So
No rain.
no
All right.
rain. Should be
Supposedly.
fine.
We can fix that.
I'll do a little rain dance for you guys.
Yeah, yeah. I'll take the rain. I like the rain. I don't mind the rain. I do better
Yeah,
in the rain.
you do have some pace in the rain. I will agree with that. But anyway, congratulations on your bronze division win tonight. We'll maybe even see you in the silver division at some point if you keep it up. So,
Ooh.
don't.
Well, I was silver and was down to bronze, so hopefully.
We'll get you back
Hopefully,
up there.
yep,
Yeah.
it'll happen. But yep, anyone you want to give a shout out to or thanks tonight?
You guys up in the booth here. It's nice to see people doing the broadcast there. Giving John a break so he can go race with us tonight, anyways.
Yep, absolutely.
Uh, and then of course my family who watches me race every weekend or every week still. So
Awesome. Well, want to thank you for hopping in with us on your consistent basis, and yeah, we'll look forward to hopefully talking to you next week.
right on. Sounds good. Have a good night, guys.
You too. All right, that was your bronze division winner, and now we'll bring in our silver division winner. That would be Josh Betts. And Josh, it's Jack and Braden in the booth. You got a copy?
What's up, boys?
How's it going?
Yo.
So, silver division win. It's a
Yeah.
crazy race. Looks like you had a lot of fun with William Burrell behind. You want to tell us about your race and how it went?
Wasn't too bad. I was top six, and had a little incident with the lapper. Had 5 minutes left. Had a tow. Luckily, faster fair, so I ended up I think 11th. Not ideal, but it is what it is. Happens. And the race was just, I don't know, just honestly it felt kind of easy because I just started on dries, just the whole team talked about, oh, dries. Yeah, it's not too bad. So we started on dries. Everyone just paced ourselves real slow. I thought we were gonna get eaten up by some of the guys behind us on wets, but I guess they must have had some problems back there because I just stayed dries the whole race.
Gotcha. Yeah, we were looking at it, and a lot of the drivers, it seemed like a pretty good mix at the start anyway, between wets and dries. Kelly Plunyer started on wets and ended up driving away for a little bit, but as soon as the track started to dry up, then those dry tires definitely took effect, and that was the advantage.
Yeah, I think John just said that the top 10 besides Pointer were all on wet or dries. I think Pointer was the only one on wets up front.
Yeah, I think it
I
was
think at the beginning,
Pointer.
yes.
Yeah, I think a couple drivers started on wets and then like they switched to dries before the race start. So I think they realized it kind of fast, but there was still a good mix of tire types. So yeah, it was just kind of a gamble getting it right and then making it work till the end because I'm sure starting on dries was a little bit tricky at the start of the race.
Yeah, it was a little sketchy for sure, especially like third corner, the little like kink right there is real sketchy. I think I was lifting even after it was dry. I was still so nervous. I just started lifting still, but it wasn't. It was a little sketchy for sure, but it wasn't like too bad. It was a little, I lost it a couple times, but it was still fun.
Yeah, and I wanted to add like your thoughts of these changing conditions. It seemed like in this like short hour this track the conditions changed so quickly. I don't know what your thoughts was of starting on the wet track and then getting used to that dry line that slowly came in towards the end.
Yeah, I like changing track conditions. I actually prefer like when it's dry and then goes to wet, just because I feel like I'm a better wet driver as it is. So when we get on the wet tires, I'm just like I feel like more a little bit in my element where I can kind of keep up to these faster guys because basically they're like my wet pace is like they're we're all about the same, so it's kind of nice. So changing track evolution and it's actually really fun. I really enjoy it. I think it's real fun. We should do it some more, honestly.
Well, it looks like you might have a chance in Silverstone for your final race of the season. It says it's unlikely, but it also said this race is unlikely, and look what happened. So um, there's a chance that you might get one more shot at a fun race in the rain.
Actually, I had no idea this was gonna be a rain race. I actually joined like practice 20 minutes before practice was over. I
Hmm.
got home and from work, so I was like in there and I'm just doing laps with everybody, and they're all like, "Oh, it's gonna rain! It's gonna rain!" I'm like, "Wait, what? It's gonna rain?" And then it sure did.
Sure enough, yep, it was came down. We were watching it in practice and we were talking about it and looked at the radar and sure enough, it was right there and we knew that we were in for something special tonight. So I guess thank you guys for making it interesting because what a race it's been tonight from everyone.
Yeah, it was fun. Had a blast.
Yep, that was good stuff. Well, anyone you can give a shout out to or thanks tonight?
Yeah, I want to give a whole shout out to the whole next gen, you know, team. We're all out there just grinding away, and we pushing each other every day. They get me to come out and drive more, even though I don't want to. I'm lazy. So shout out to them. Shout out to my girlfriend for listening to me rage all the time when I'm playing and you know watching the races. So shout out to her, and just shout out to you guys for streaming. Making it entertaining to go back and watch later on. And just obviously shout out to Core for having this awesome series.
Yep, absolutely. Well, you'll have a fun one to watch when you go back with it. But anyway, congratulations again on your win in the silver division tonight. It was well earned. Tricky conditions tonight, but you managed it well. So congratulations.
Yep,
Congrats.
thanks much. Thanks.
All right, so Josh Betts, your silver division winner, and now let's bring in Nathan Nickerson, your gold division winner. Nathan, it is Jack and Braden in the booth. You got a copy?
That
So gold division win from Nathan tonight. Tricky conditions, lots of action toward the beginning. Nathan, how'd you feel about that?
I mean, started off pretty good, pretty wet conditions, and it's always a thing. Do you take dries or wets? And uh, Ricky and I, we ended up taking dries, thinking maybe a few laps that'll be good, but definitely lasted a lot longer than we thought. But we faked everybody else into taking dries as well before the race started, so we were on pretty even playing ground. And those guys on the wets, surprised they were so close to the people on the dries. So a little contact with no binger in a corner just because of the tricky conditions. But other than that, pretty smooth and solid race. Just didn't have the pace for the top.
I want to ask, like your three-way battle was you, Mason, and Kelly. Just insane stuff watching you guys go at it. And I want you to talk me through, how you managed to come out on top.
I mean, Kelly got away after Mason made a few mistakes, and I dropped back with Mason. But then I was just trying to push Mason as much as possible. He was making some mistakes here and there, just trying to really push that Astin through the corners. So coming out onto the first banking, uh, I was trying to push him as much as possible there. I think he ended up losing it because of too much throttle, and he ended up going a little sideways and just held on from there out.
Yeah, absolutely. It was looking a pretty crazy race right there. Of course, Mason giving that position up definitely helped a lot with your position right there, staying ahead of him. But yeah, how was it? The rest of the race. Just trying to manage tires. I saw that you stayed on dries, correct?
Yeah, I was on tries the whole race. So
Let's see.
the last stint, there was definitely a dry line at that point in time, and the bus stop just felt almost completely dry at that point. So it it's difficult to know when to push the car because it looks dry. Because like you saw with Mason, sometimes it isn't dry everywhere. So you got to be really careful. Mason was catching me. I think if there's one more lap, Mason probably could have got me off the draft and into the final corner, but once that dry line came out, just comfortable drive, just trying to haul butt.
Absolutely, yeah, it was looked pretty comfortable, but holding Mason back is definitely a little bit stressful. But he had that mistake and race ended just beforehand. So, like you said, capitalize on that and finish ahead. So, congratulations there. Anyone you give a shout out to or thanks tonight?
Yeah, just you guys for commentating the whole race tonight. The family that's watching. I think my mom's watching by herself, and my sister's just sitting on the computer. So them, Ricky, Betts, Schwartz, Pacone. Thanks all you guys for racing tonight as well, and then Altitude Free M Esports team.
Very nice. Well, we thank you for coming out here tonight, putting on a good show, and yeah, we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
Thank you so much.
No problem. So that was Nathan, your Gold Division winner. Now let's get into the top three of the podium, starting with Kelly Ponyer. All right, Kelly, it's Jack and Braden in the booth. You got a copy?
What's going on, guys?
How's it going? Well, looks like you ended up finishing third place tonight after what seemed like a crazy battle from your side of the fence. Want to tell us about that? How'd that go?
Yeah, it started off, I thought everybody would put on wet tires. I looked at the radar and it showed that, had 3 rain dots and we were in the middle of the cloud or the storm. So, anyways, I took off and I guess nobody else had, besides a few people, had wet tires, and that was nice. I was like, man, this is awesome. I'm way the hell out here leading it. And then I gave it back. I could do that all the time. I'm just a giving guy, and.
Yeah, it was just being nice. I get that.
Yep, yep. And then second stint, put on dry tires and ran it as hard as I could. We weren't at full speeds yet until the very end, and it was fun, but I almost gave it back. I hit that yellow curb coming out of, I think it's turn 3, they call it, maybe. It's the hard right.
Okay.
And I clipped that and spun her around and almost gave it to Nick. I almost took out John Nobringer. And yeah, but I was able to stay in front and come home third.
Yeah, absolutely. It was
Nice.
definitely.
And oh, sorry. I was just gonna ask how it was to on your side managing these changing track conditions between your out laps on cold tires and trying to keep that thing pointed straight and the dry line forming. How was that from your side?
I tell you what, at the first few laps, I felt like I was just crawling around corners. I mean, down to first gear, taking off in second gear, and it just felt so slow. I'd approach every corner really slow. People would catch me, but once I got around the corner, I was able to pull away because obviously I had wets and they had dries, and definitely helped. It just felt like I was crawling throughout the race, in the rain and everything,
Mhm.
and I was able to handle it. And I'm gonna get bit every once in a while, and I did towards the end. And but if I didn't, man, that would have been fun. I would have won me a race.
Yeah, I was looking really crazy. I mean, the start with Ricky going off and Dustin having a lot of issues. You choosing the wet tire. I think you're the only one with like I think a bunch of people anyway. I don't remember exactly how many people were on wets, but you were one of the few in the top 10 on wets and drove away. I was looking really good, but the car just feel like you lost a little bit of momentum or grip when you went back to the dries.
Yeah, I was just uh, I wasn't seeing the line at the start, the dry line, and then it started appearing and everything, and I was able to speed it up and everything. But like I say, I hit that yellow curb and that spun me around. But
Hmm.
between that times, I was running pretty good laps. I was pretty solid, and I was gaining on who was it? Nathaniel. Who got second? Nathan? Yeah.
Dustin.
Oh yeah, Dustin. Yeah, I was gaining on him, and I mean, I was pushing hard every lap. I was setting a faster time, then I was getting fast time every lap, and uh, Ricky he stole it at the end. But yeah, I was just charging, and I overcharged it and bit me in the butt. But I was able to hold on and stay at third, and I was pretty happy with it though. It was a good run.
Yeah, absolutely. It was looking like a fun battle between you, Nathan, and Mason behind. Looking like you were able to keep them behind and let them battle with each other. But
Yeah,
yeah, it was an entertaining battle for us to watch up here in the booth. You want to give a shout out to anyone out there?
yeah,
Shout out to our
yeah,
folks.
definitely. I appreciate you guys doing this week in, week out. Too bad we're going in, an off week for the Xfinity series. That's sad, but appreciate you guys. Thanks to my wife for allowing me to do this and practice for these races. If you guys need any AMS oil, go to pointersmotorsupplies.com. Get all your AMS oil needs. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Great run, and congratulations on your third place tonight.
Thanks. You guys take care.
Yeah, you too.
Later.
All right, so third place right there in your overall. Let's bring in second place, Dustin Yerhoof.
Dustin.
Dustin, is Jack and Braden in the booth? You got a copy?
Yep, got a copy.
Well, what a race that you have had tonight. The car was looking really dancy, really sketchy in the opening stages, and then got it hooked up a little bit, and then battling Ricky was pretty crazy. You want to walk us through all that?
Yeah, I mean, the opening laps, I figured I'd go out on dries. It didn't look like it was going to rain too much more. And if I could just stay out in the same tire, not have to come out on cold tires on a wet track later after swapping off, then, I'd make it. Just had to survive. And I managed to survive. Almost didn't a few times, but was just keeping up with the pack. Towards the end, I just wasn't fully confident in the car yet. And Ricky was. He was just so much faster than me through there. And I just never fully gained that confidence back with a few close calls on the curves and everything.
From our POV up here, watching you go battling Ricky, I noticed you seem to be really good on the brakes and holding off Ricky through the Le Mans chicane. I don't know if you could talk us through like what was some of your thought process, so to say, of keeping Ricky behind and putting up some good defensive moves against him.
Yeah, when he was catching up to me, I knew I just had to try to hold the dry line and keep him in the wet line as much as I can, hoping that he would either push it a little too hard in the wet line and kind of spin behind me, or just oversend it. Going into the Le Mans chicane, I I know into that braking zone, I don't fully brake into that corner. Like it's almost like 60-70%. So I know if I hold it out a little longer, I can beat him if I just fully press on the brakes through there before I have to turn in. And it worked every time through there.
And towards the beginning, just at least from our perspective, seeing that Lamborghini kind of dance around, how was it trying to wrangle that thing through the opening laps of the race?
It was extremely scary. I'm not used to running the Lambo. I kind of just decided I wanted to try a different car tonight. Ran out there with the Lambo. I also don't race in the rain much. So I kind of just went out on a limb and said, let's go Lambo. It was extremely sketchy. The car did not want to hold front grip at all, but I managed to just tippy toe my way through those really sketchy first parts.
And lastly, from me, from where you finish, I believe you might be taking over the lead of the Platinum Division Championship. Any word from you of you can hopefully try to carry some more momentum into the last few races in the season to maybe secure a championship.
Yeah, I have confidence in the last two races. I love walk-ins. I love Silverstone. Those are two of my favorite tracks. They're so much fun to run. I That'll be good races for sure to watch. But this next track, I actually have yet to purchase. I don't own it. I've never run it, so I gotta get on that. I have no idea what to expect out of that. Hoping to try to hold that. Whether or not I'll be able to. Ricky's really fast, so be more of just trying to hang on and play some defense if I get ahead.
Yeah, very nice. You know, as to kind of capitalize with Brady, what was going through your head, when the car was dancing around in the early stages with the rain? Were you thinking that the rain was gonna stop sometime soon, you get your traction back, or were you thinking that this was kind of a a mistake starting on the tires and choosing the car that you did?
At the start, I kind of figured it would be a little sketchy. I was prepared for that. And then I didn't think it was going to rain for as long as it did at the start. And I saw the forecast kind of changing to maybe possibly some more rain still coming. And then I was starting to regret my decision. Like, this is getting like sketchier and sketchier, but then the dry line was also forming. So it was like a really weird mix of what was happening. And it just kept raining. And I just kept thinking to myself, I'm like, if it keeps going, my car is not going to stay on the track for much longer. And then it kind of started easing up, and I saw part of the track it would stop raining, other parts it was still sprinkling, and I was like, all right, now this is where we can start making up some time, forming that dry line, and getting back into it.
Nice, nice. And my last question for you: Did you happen to see Ricky's save in your mirror going down the start finish line?
Oh
I
yeah.
did. I wasn't sure what happened there. I know we split that three wide. I wasn't sure if it was the wet line, but that accident actually kind of gave me some rear quarter panel damage, and I was
Okay.
losing just a slight amount of time in the straights, which kind of messed up my lap times a little bit. The car felt fine. I could just see my times just decreasing on those long straights.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely a wild save. Don't know how he did it, but if there's any consolation with it, I think he got a little bit of damage from it too. So both of you were kind of struggling with the top end speed. So at least you guys were kind of even right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Well, anyone you want to give a shout out to or thanks tonight?
Thanks you guys for putting on the league, the broadcast. It's a great league every week. Get some good racing in here, good battles. Shout out to WBM, great guys to race with. And yeah, that's it.
Very, very nice. Well, congratulations on your second place and taking over that points lead here tonight. So we will hopefully see you next week at Magello.
Yep, see you next week.
All right, sounds good. That was second place overall, Dustin Nierhoof, and we will get Ricky Renner, your overall winner here tonight. Ricky, it is Jack and Braden in the booth. You got a copy?
Jack and Braden in the booth. Are you guys related to John in the booth?
Never heard of
No, we we like to think we're a little bit cooler, but that's just our opinion.
I agree.
Anyway, we have so I would like to nickname you Mad Max after this drive tonight. That was some crazy driving from being in the lead briefly to spinning out twice and then putting on a crazy save at the start finish line and then winning
Oh
by
my
8
God.
seconds. You want to tell us about that?
Our heart rate's still going from the one on the start finish line.
Yeah, I
I
bet. I
got
mean,
hit, spun. I
we saw
shouldn't say I
the
got hit. It was. I talked to Nate. I'm like, it was just unfortunate, like the way it works with the banking. Like, just started pulling me down. Probably some of the iRacing glue sucked this together, and out of nowhere, I'm like, I was looking at the pit wall and thought I was dead, and then I bounced off the front of his car and it straightened back out. I'm like, we just have some wheel damage. We're fine. We're okay. Still alive. That was crazy, but yeah, the start, like I was just taking it easy and just barely touched that yellow curb around turn two, and next thing I know, I'm backwards off through the grass. It was an eventful race, but the weather, we had our weather girl down there, and she's like, yeah, the rain's done, like lap 6 or 7. Like we were in the clear on the radar, no more rain. And then it was like 4 more laps. It was still raining. So like we had kind of planned the whole time, like, yeah, we're gonna have to deal with like 4 or 5 laps probably of like rain. It's gonna be slippery, but then in the last half of the stint, it'll come back to us and it'll be good. No, didn't work out that way. It was like a whole stint of rain, just tiptoeing, trying to survive. But it was really fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I like to ask some of these drivers we've been interviewing here, like from your perspective, like how was the changing track conditions from practice going from dry to wet, and then that bit of extra rain that kind of had snuck in at the end, and the dry line coming in towards the end of the race. How was that managing?
It was honestly, it was one of the better track condition, like changing tracks that like races that we've done, because it rained for a while, right? But it was so minimal that it was like just this slow change that like, I mean, I never ran wet tires. It was wet. You could run either tire. It worked out really well, whichever one you did. If you could survive on the dry tire, it worked out pretty well. Um, but yeah, it was just like it wasn't wet enough to really gain a big advantage from being on the wet tire, other than safety. But like speed wise, it was really close, and it also like just made it really like challenging on the dry tire to like just not get too excited, not lose it twice like some people did, me. Um, but no, it was really fun. And then as soon as it stopped raining, it hadn't gotten super wet that the dry line started forming like really quick and started getting wider. So it actually like towards the end of the race, the last, I don't know, 5, 6 laps, it was wide enough that you could take multiple cars like side by side in most places and actually race on it. It wasn't just a one line, you can't get off it or you're done type of thing.
Yeah, and your battle with Dustin for almost all of the race, that seemed to just keep going and going. And what was it like for you? Trying to get around him because it didn't look like he made it easy.
No, he definitely didn't make it easy. He made that Lambo wide and kept it on the inside portion of like the drive hearts. I knew that the Porsche had the pace in the straight line, so I felt like we'd be all right as long as, we kept making sure we got a good exit onto the banking or out of the bus stop. But a lot of times I was just kind of testing the limits of offline on the track. Like I said, we never had to go to wet tires, so I knew you could get offline and still brake, but it was how aggressive could you be. So a couple laps in a row, like I was testing it into the bus stop, but I also didn't want to go deep and crash doing something that was dumb. So it it worked out all right, but it was really fun because um, like most of the tight turns and stuff where it seemed like I could get a real advantage, also like with the traction out of the corners, you couldn't get beside somebody. You just kind of had to wait and like sit behind them, and then you get going, and then you get to the long straightaways, and I could get the speed to get up beside him, but then he always had the dry line, so like he always had the preferred braking area. So it was like, all right, just gotta back out of it again. But now you drove a great race. It was awesome.
And lastly, from me at least, it seemed like that, like about halfway through the race, something just seemed to click, and you were on a tear, cutting up the field, going from first to last, and then back to first. Did something kind of connect and allow you to gain those places, or what kind of went on with that?
A little bit. At the beginning, I was cutting through like really well because a lot of the guys were on wet tires, so just the speed advantage allowed me to get around them. But then right before my second wreck, I realized like we were only like 12 minutes in, maybe not even 12 minutes in, we are like 10 minutes in. I'm like, I'm in seventh. I'm only like 12 seconds off the lead while going through like all this traffic, and it's still raining. I'm not losing time. And I was like, man, it's just a long race. Like, I'm making mistakes like this. Like, everybody's going to be making mistakes. Like, just have to keep calm. And after the second wreck, I was like 25 seconds back. But then I was in Discord talking with Nate, and I'm like, these guys are gonna have to pit. They're gonna switch to dry tires. They're gonna lose like 6 to 8 seconds just on the tire swap alone. And so like we'll make some of that back. And then plus their outlaps are gonna be damp on cold tires. So we're gonna have a big advantage for 3 to 5 laps on that. That really like just be patient, and we're still in this. Like, don't try to force passes in the corners. Just wait until you can get a drive down the straight and make your moves there, and we'll see what happens. But it worked out good.
Yeah, it was some pretty impressive driving right there, especially with the strategy. On that final stop, I guess my final question with that is, did you end up taking any tires before you got around Dustin at the end there? Because there was definitely a good pace advantage that you had right there. So I was just kind of curious
No,
what.
Nope, no tires. I figured as slow as we were going and as wet as the track was, we probably weren't laying down much rubber. I never looked to even see what the like tire deck was at the end of the race or after the second stop, but they felt really good at the end of the race, and I'd be surprised if we used hardly any of the tire out there. So no tires on the stops tonight.
Very nice. Well, that strategy worked out beautifully in your hands, and pulling that 8-second win tonight. You want to give a shout out to or thanks to anyone?
A shout out to you guys for toughing it out in the booth this week. I'm sure you watching that, you'd have loved to be out there in that chaos. The whole core crew for putting on the races, the whole simraces.com next gen guy team over there. Everybody had pretty good nights. Had some unfortunate moments during the race, but we all had a pretty good race. And Nate's sister Courtney for hopping in and watching the weather for us. Terrible weather anchor. Got the weather wrong pretty much the entire race, but thanks for doing that. And yeah, everybody else that showed up tonight and put on a good race, thanks for coming out. It was fun.
Definitely a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys can find a different weather forecaster for the next time around.
I think we just need a different weather program or something, or just do the opposite of whatever it says it's going to do.
I
But
see. Yep.
I think we got 3 more races left, and we're just trying to tighten up this championship battle and see what happens at the last round.
Absolutely. Well, this race definitely helped with that, and hopefully you'll be at least in the podium positions for the points. So
We're
yeah,
close. We're 24 points back out of the lead right now. 3 races to go, so I think we got a shot still.
I think so. Well, we will see you next week at Magello, and hopefully you can repeat your success.
Thank you guys. See you there.
Sounds good. See you later. Man, Brady, what a race tonight.
Yeah, I even just hearing it from the drivers' perspectives, it just shows how much, like mental toughness they had to endure to get around each other and make these battles work and ultimately get the job done.
Yeah, it was definitely a crazy race. It was a lot of fun to watch and a lot of great action. So thanks to everyone watching tonight. Brady, thank you for coming on tonight. I know it was a little bit of a last second, but
Of course, of course. No, it's a pleasure.
it was a great time. So yep, we will see everyone in Magello. I think it might be me and John next week, but we will see what happens with that. Anyway, you guys have a good night and see you next week.